the devil. I figured a great way to talk about the devil is to just take darkness and put it all in the light so that none of us are in confusion and so we know exactly how he works. So I've basically gone through, and it's possible that I missed some, but I grabbed a gajillion scriptures to define this for us so we don't walk blindly. So his names, the devil's names, reveal his power and his practices. He is the prince of the power of the air. He is the prince of this world. He is the god of this age. He is the ruler of demons. Lucifer, old serpent, great red dragon. His practices: he is the adversary, the slanderer, the evil one, the destroyer, the accuser of the brethren, a liar, the father of lies, a deceiver, murderer from the beginning. He has two different ways in which he works. He has ways in which he works against all of humanity, and then ways that he works specifically against believers. So his works against all of humanity: he seeks to deceive nations. He takes the word of God that has been sown away, as we read earlier. He pushes spiritual counterfeits. He promotes the occult. He implants wicked thoughts. He inflicts disease and death. He seeks to be worshiped. Counterfeit truth: he offers good things via wrong means or reasons. Remember how we can have right desires, but when placed in the wrong way, we will satisfy those desires counter to God's intention. How he works against believers: aims to destroy reputations or ministries and may attack loved ones to do so. This is kind of personal for me because every single time I am supposed to preach, one of my children gets a fever. Every single time. I taught 3 weeks ago, and my son got a fever on Tuesday night, and he had a fever till Saturday morning. This week, I'm supposed to preach. My son is fine Wednesday morning, and we show up to begin to prep and prepare for the thing that we are doing. And my son gets a fever Wednesday morning, and he has a fever from Wednesday morning until Saturday night. And I understand that kids get sick all the time, but it is like clockwork every single time I'm supposed to preach. And it messes up my rhythm, it messes up my prayer, it messes up my practice, it messes up my preparation every single time. He is out to steal, kill, and destroy, to distract, to mess up the things that God has called us to. And he is active, and if we are not aware of it, we will walk passively through life, and he will be destroying us in ways we aren't even paying attention to. He will persecute, he will hinder plans, he will sow doubt and slander and accuse. He aids in the neglect of confession, and he encourages us to rely on our own strength. And he tempts with lying and sexual sin and unforgiveness, pride, discouragement, and worldly focuses. And then the extension of the devil's power are demons. Demons are spiritual beings that have inhuman limitations. They are invisible, but they can manifest themselves. They have the power to speak through demonized people. They have supernatural intelligence and know Christ. That's in Acts: Jesus I know, and Paul I've heard of, but who are you? Is what the demon says. Knowledge of Christ, know who Paul is, who are we? Supernatural power. That is linked, all of those things I want to link to the top part in the demonic works. They obey Satan and extend his power and influence. They are spiritual beings, which means that they are not bound by physical embodied presence like we are as humans. So when I say they have supernatural intelligence and supernatural power and they can do things that we can't, they are not God. They are not omnipresent. They are not omnipotent. Any of the omnis, they got nothing. No omnis. They got none of them. 0%. They have no power that compares at all to Jesus Christ. 0%. But the power of Satan is extended. His influence is extended through delegated authority. So we do not wrestle with flesh and blood, but against the powers and principalities of darkness. And there is an order to which they function in their authority and power, delegated. And that is how they function. That is how they're wicked across the world, is through delegated authority, not because they are like God at all. They can inflict physical and mental illness. They will promote idolatry and enslave via the occult. They will promote worldly values and philosophies and false teachers and spiritual experiences. They will encourage sin and pervert the gospel. And they will oppose believers and seek their downfall. How y'all doing? You good?